when it comes to naming ketones, there's actually two ways to do it. So I'm going to talk about the functional class here, and then we're going to talk about the substitute class in the next video. The functional class is the less useful of the two of these. Now, I teach it to you because even I use it, like in terms of practical stuff you buy, like methyl ethyl ketone, that's all using the functional class naming. But there are major limitations to it, specifically that if you don't know the functional group's name or it doesn't have a common name, it becomes really hard to name these types of compounds. But you're going to see it mostly when you go to order like solvents. Methyl alpha ketone that you can buy in the hardware store, you need to know what it is. So how does the functional class naming work? What we're going to do is look at our compound, and we're going to ignore the carbon that is attached to the ketone. And we're just going to write ketone as the parent. Now, we need to name the carbons that are attached to it as if they are alkyl groups. So here we have methyl propyl, so we're just going to put them in alphabetical order. Methyl propyl ketone. In this case we have two ethyls, and as you might have guessed, we're just going to do the diethyl ketone. So this is how you do the functional class naming. You're going to ignore the carbon that the ketone is attached to, and you're just going to name the two alkyl groups attached to that carbonyl carbon and put them in alphabetical order. If they're the same, you're just going to put a di in. Now, this is super simple to name. You can understand the utility of it when it comes to like naming simple solvents. What happens if we start using like really complicated groups? Well, this is where the substitute class name is going to come in, and this is going to have a lot more power, but it is going to produce a much more complicated name.